13 at 9:30 a.m. Make note that notice that this meeting has been posted in the manner for the time required, and that all members of the board are present. If it's convenient, please stand. Have a discussion. I think that's right.
Let us pray. Most Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for the many blessings that you bestow on us. Thank you for the opportunity to serve the people of Young County. Please help us in our deliberations that we make the best of every issue. Thank you very much for the wonderful summer that we're having, the blessing of the rain, the green that is brought, the fruit that is bearing. Thank you so much for this wonderful country that we live in. Please help us guide and protect it. In Christ's name we pray. Amen. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you very much. Item number 3, public comments, announcements, presentation. I have several items there in the packet that kind of accumulated on the desk over the past several weeks. Letter from the Department of Public Safety that designates our county as eligible to apply for local notice. It should be the Department of Agriculture, Texas Department of Agriculture. The county has been designated as eligible to apply for low interest emergency disaster loans from the USDA.
What's the qualifications for that?
I'll have to read the letter to you.
Mostly for
I think-
farmers and agri.
It's because Young County has been added to the counties in the disaster area that's been declared by the governor and the president.
So if there's farmers and ranchers that tank dams washed out, terraces, need to be repaired, they can do
I
that.
think that would be application.
Fences, things like that. It is Department of Public Safety. Department of Agriculture.
Yes, Department of Agriculture. Brazos River Authority, there's an invitation to attend the annual water consumer meeting. I think the nearest one is Sale Cleaver. That date should be on that letter.
Is there an agenda set for that meeting then?
Other basis, Cleveland Conference Center, Thursday, July the 9th. So that's coming up.
Is there an agenda set for that meeting?
There will be, yeah.
And I said, the waters of the USA is going to be addressed there.
I've made that conference at least a time or two the past few years. It's open to the public, all consumers.
We already have a website where you can get that information.
And I may have it in there, maybe I can hang on this package. Also, Brazos G Water Planning Group, there's an application notice. I've got the application in my office for a voting member position on that board. I believe it's the industries position that, if anybody knows someone that might want to serve on that board. That's our primary board. We're in party in Group B also, this kind of city mall in Northwest. Primary meeting, and that's a voting member of the board. At least on this one. Not necessarily from Young County, but Chief Mayfield. And it's the position representing industries. Also, some information with regard to Wichita Falls Area Food Bank. It's just an information letter that lets you know all the different locations in this area that they serve. And obviously, to let you know that you can send your contributions there to the issue. We didn't give them that sign. I've got one penciled in here that
commissioners.
down here.
Yeah, all four commissioners was good. Everybody, all four precincts have been out there and the commissioner, our employees, it's moving right along, slower than we thought, you know. It looks good. We got basically half of it. West.
Yeah, the north and west side.
North and west side, yeah. So basically, the part of it that we're getting through. And,
Well, I looked it over, looks good, it looks like it's gonna be real nice.
we're probably gonna do, all take off a week and catch up on other work and start back. But I think we got it up and up for
Get inside of it, I'm looking at Martin County, which I figured out. Yeah, I told him, look, it's gonna look real nice.
a lot of work,
I didn't realize it was supposed to concrete it down. Just got, probably look very hard to pull up anyway.
Not at all.
Okay, very good, progress is moving there. Is there anything else that anybody thinks like, right or needs to do?
Have you heard anything over our England?
Haven't heard anything, haven't heard here. Believe what these good notice like last week. I believe things don't come set up by information. Also said, Artex, I believe it's more today, near future, in their place too. I believe I did get notice of that.
So how does that work? We got to go up there and present our case to them, or how does that?
Well, I think it's, just informal thing. Get as much about, I get sure of something.
Anything?
Do we need to be scoping these repairs that we're doing, if they're done by the rains?
Yes.
Because we gotta go ahead and continue, we gotta continue to repair these things.
I just document.
Bridge work's gonna start on 13th this month too, out there.
Yeah, man.
Dirt road.
Yeah, I believe it is, notification.
You know why I truck? That culvert there's first, my girls, just about one way. Yeah, so I can get it fixed pretty quick.
I guess it's her,
Okay.
Item number 4, consider county clerk's minutes of previous meeting, that will take meeting on June 29, 2015.
It has been changed, the very first line, since we're regular meeting, we should change it to special meeting. So with those changes out,
I don't think it's really matters, but anything you do, regular meeting, you do, expect, for anything you do, expect, maybe you do, everything.
right,
I'll second that. Motion by Commissioner Pruitt, second by Commissioner Sykes. Accept those minutes as directed. All in favor? Carried. 5-0.
sure.
Item number 5, consider present financial report. Anything?
He's got the budget here, you got the deposit, the daily deposit.
Oh, we got financial, we got the,
1,211,336.
Oh, yeah, just, we didn't have that till late, so that would fall in that category.
Should be in the same category.
Something on that.
Same
It's their plan. It's their plan. Well, I suppose it could, but it's plan they developed. So it's somewhat proprietary information.
Yeah, I didn't want to look at it and publish it, I just wanted to look at it. Identification.
Do it this way, and let a couple more of you see what you think. Back. Mr. Simon, Mr. Wiley, will be here at 1:30 p.m. July 8th. And it's something finance department. And we'll go to
March
put
out.
in there. Don't answer some questions. We don't know the answers to it. She may not know the answers.
I might not know the answer, but I can find out.
Okay, very good.
Okay.
We'll, just set that lady who's taking no action. Action on that. Item number 9. It's, back up here, but as y'all know, our designated representative, Mr. Will Dawson, passed away 2 weeks ago. He was appointed by this court, the designated representative with regard to the inspection of septic system installation. We've had one fellow, I believe out of Parker County, come in here and do one. It's worked out real good. We have a hometown fellow here that, his name is Richard Beck. You know,
I looked at that. Getting a lot of
I
votes.
looked at the application.
well, he retired from West Central Texas Municipal Water District, which he performed that function for them, along with some other duties. So he's certified and experienced, and he lives here, I believe he lives on Lee Street. Right? He's a little bit reluctant to get tied up with him because he didn't retire, he traveled with him. But Rebecca, back down, pressure he agreed to do it. So, we might have this other guy filling in once in a while when he's not here. Seems like a really good fit.
And she has been over to Sue, ask them to bill her for that. Like, I didn't know if it was legal or not to do it.
Legally, I think, but before you start that,
No, that's what she was saying, she wanted me to go get certified. So when this guy was out, she said he's gonna be out for a bit.
it's a pretty good ordeal, get certified.
Yeah, mine's before I applied.
I wouldn't recommend it for him.
I didn't know if we didn't do it once we get paid. I wasn't gonna do it till I got the tax.
I was certified. I got certified way back there before doing that. And other things. Like we said, things around. That, so, anyway, it looks like a real good fit.
Yeah.
Good for what we allow for that. I think, he may not be able to do every one of them, something comes in.
You making a motion to be appointed?
Excuse me.
You making a motion to be appointed?
I'll make that, I'll second that.
The kid that's coming to fill it in, is their food. They do 60 of a day.
Yeah. They stay busy over there in Parker County. I can imagine.
Yeah. I can't, Rebecca knows me, having anything done, I don't think there's nothing done about it.
We don't do 60 a year.
Doing that many a day.
They do that many a day.
They
District 5.
Yeah.
Body water.
Yeah, all in favor of appointing Richard Beck as our designated representative for the purposes of OSSF inspections? All in favor? Carried 5. Item number 10, discuss, consider application to participate in countywide election precinct project as per section 43.001I of the Texas Elections Code, and turn this over to our elections administrator, Warren Sullivan.
We talked a little bit about this, especially during the budget stuff a couple weeks ago. Basically, this would allow any voter in the county to vote anywhere on election day. I would take my 9 current voting polling locations, drop it down to 5, 1 in each commissioner precinct and 2 here in Graham. So those would have to be determined kind of by a committee before they were official, but the first piece of this is that you guys approved that we go forward in the vote center application. Need to talk more, just ask questions.
Two towns in my precinct, is one of them you left out.
No, they're not.
Correct?
No, I'm gonna leave, only Newcastle, Fleming, and 2 in Graham. So everybody will have at least one. And then we can work on where all this are. But my plan is to keep everybody that has a seat in the division with them.
The requirements there are that if accepted into the program, the first year, there must be 65% of polling locations that you originally had.
So I would probably have to do 6 the first election, and then I can drop to 5. So for the primary, which is where this application process would put us, I would go to do 6. Work out for all those.
And then if it was successful, it was maintained, countywide location, then we could go up to the next, so that year out.
The only thing we're gonna have to do, and this is gonna be big on your part, probably our part too, is educate the public.
Right, and that's part of the committee's
Yes.
agenda as well, is figuring out how best to communicate this to the public. There are lots of different ways. I've visited with several other counties about this, and, you know, they do everything from send a letter to every single voter to just put it in the paper. All that's required is that it goes in the paper, but I'd rather do a little bit more than just that.
Well, not everybody reads the paper.
Right,
Not everybody listens to the radio,
right.
but everybody does get mail.
Right. So we can definitely work that out, and, you know, the first couple of elections, it's gonna be education. You know, a lot of people, I can hand it to them at their front door, and they're not gonna look at it, you know. We get so much information all day long that, you know, a lot of it doesn't get read, so, the majority of the information going out will be word of mouth. That's where you guys come in, that's where the committee comes in, that's where, you know, just everybody pays
You'd
attention.
be able to go with us to service clubs,
Absolutely,
and make a town hall meeting.
and we do have to have public hearings on this as well,
There's
so,
a requirement to have a public hearing on this, but we'll have to set here, put forward on it.
Is it possible to have a town hall meeting?
Doesn't bother me.
Everybody come in and ask questions.
But we'll have to have a formal hearing.
Again, it's important.
in the courtroom.
To satisfy the requirements, minimum requirements.
I was back down there. Attention to people that's really concerned about it.
Right, absolutely.
Yes, that's what.
I said, I think it'll get everybody's attention whenever we have a full meeting.
And really and truly, you know, watching some of the other counties, they all have their public hearings, they get very little negative feedback. You know, like we've discussed, anybody who doesn't drive is probably already getting my mail anyway. And there is some mileage requirements too, they can't be more than 25 miles from a voter, and your precinct, because I think you're furthest, the furthest voter from the voting center can't be more than 25 miles. And your furthest is, I think, right at 28. So we may have to play with that a little bit and see if there's some kind of variance. We can work that out, that's no big deal, but,
I've got voiced my opinion before on this now, with the old style voter, you ought to be able to vote on election day. And we need to have it accessible for everybody, so I'm really not in favor of condensing this down. I know it's gonna save money, it's gonna be easier, but I think these people out in the country need access to a vote, a polling place. And that's my opinion.
and I'll make this one.
South Bend's not even my precinct, but those people down there are getting older and not want to drive to town. But in the mindset, it's a right, and you need to vote, and I'm an election day voter, but we're making it easier. But the reality is, it's making it easier, I guess, for people to vote in a way. I think it needs to be out there where they live.
Well, I understand that, but times and circumstances have changed, so people are a lot more mobile than they used to be.
And like right now, we've got a polling place at Fort Belknap, and then 3 miles down the road, we have one at Newcastle Methodist. And that's, I think we serve 10 voters out there at Newcastle, 10 or 12. I mean, it's not financially responsible to spend $400 on poll workers alone for 10 voters. The same thing with Newcastle, Gene and Loving is, I make a 10 voter between the two of them. And I've got to pay 3 poll workers to sit there all day at $10 an hour for 13 hours. Just the poll worker savings alone, it would cut that from $4,000 down to about $2,000. So that we could possibly, and that's minimum requirement, poll workers, that's
It doesn't
3.
preclude election day voting, you still vote.
Oh, absolutely,
Right.
yeah, but you can vote,
Anyway,
you can come over and vote Graham, I can vote Graham,
but it's gonna work too the same way in the early election.
Yeah, it's
Early
just an
voting,
extension
too.
of early voting. But I do understand your concern, Stacy, and
Sometimes you gotta subsidize some people. You don't wanna do it very often. Something like this, you gotta have a transparent, fair election. Sometimes you gotta do things you don't want.
There's gonna be inherent distrust in anything electronic now until we get down the road and do it. I'm like this about, we are about the voting machines. I don't think we necessarily need to do voting machines. We're ahead of the curve, and I think we've actually saved the county a lot of money when they mandate we're going to have those machines. And this is something that's gonna be mandated later on down the road, because there's a lot of counties that can save this money. And so we're just getting ahead of the mandate. Everything you said, I agree wholeheartedly.
We're counting on the transition, these older folks, you know, are getting older and not as mobile, but.
And
Don't most of those vote absentee
I was
anyway.
gonna say, if you know of somebody who doesn't travel well, doesn't travel a lot, have them call me. I can send them an application. It's all, just their name and address and signature. Anybody over 65, anybody with a disability, anybody in jail, and anybody who's going to be out of the county on election day.
This is
So
military.
military, it has a whole other
There's
type,
some rules.
and they have to go through their CO.
Understand all the pros and cons.
Right.
Just not quite over the threshold yet to go this route.
Well, that was 10 years ago, when we went to electronic voting machines, I didn't like it either, I thought we had to have that paper ballot, making sure, and even if we did go electronic, this part system was my second choice, because the ES&S had a paper ballot with it, that you could vote electronically, insert that ballot, it would mark it for you, and you'd still have a hard copy. This becomes efficient after a year thing. I saw the benefit from that. So, the board actually make the right decision, even though I didn't look on that.
main concern is maintaining the integrity of the election.
Well, and as far as voters voting twice and people moving around, the new poll books that we got in a couple of weeks ago are Wi-Fi and happy, and they're instantly uploaded into my office, so I can see if you drove to Albany and voted, you're not gonna be able to come over here and vote. I mean, there is no
Your
way.
name is checked off every.
Absolutely. The minute it happens. The same thing with the mail-in ballots. I've got a system that tracks those from the minute they're requested to the minute I get them in, and I upload those every day. And you can't do it twice without me personally overriding it with a password. So, and that takes a lot of doing, because I don't override unless there's
What
something.
was it 2011 that this pilot program was originally?
I remember we did a
No, it was 28. Oh, wait.
Conway, and Lubbock was one of the first ones to be a
I
pilot program.
think there were 4 counties. Love County,
Did,
No, Lubbock.
Terry.
Montague was on the original, Blue was on the original. Biggest
Four
county.
counties were selected for the November 2010 general election. Holland, Erath, Lubbock, and Madison.
that's,
And I don't know if you guys saw the email I sent about the report to the legislature, but I don't remember if it's every year or every election cycle, we do have to send in a survey feedback type questionnaire, and you got some of those results from other counties. I've never heard anybody say, we quit after doing this, because it was just terrible. You know, and I really think within the next legislative session, this will be mandated. That's a move that the EAs are talking about as an association. I think it's a move that we just see coming.
Well, I don't know if it'll come that early, but
I don't know either, but it,
eventually it'll come to where you can vote anywhere in the county.
right.
I've talked to both, two or three of those commissioners out there looking at it, they said it's been a great thing. This is their big county.
And I have all of their paperwork and all of my papers. That I'm kind of,
So according to this deadline, we have about 6 weeks to formulate a plan and get it submitted.
we
Thursday, August
don't
20th.
have this year's information yet, I don't think. unless-
We could, yeah. We could make application to all 20,
Yeah.
and time for it. November constitutional was an election. I think your plan is.
I would rather wait till the primary, give us a little bit of time to educate, just for education's sake.
Well, once we decide to go forward with it, do we get another chance to get feedback and decide that we will?
You can ask anytime you want to, I assume.
Opt out if we submit
Yeah.
a plan, we're not.
Right,
I mean, you have one public hearing, two public hearings.
I believe it's just one.
Well, they just require one.
Right, there's
If,
your part.
If reading this information, statute information, just one hearing is required, but you hold this, once you hold an election using this system, this program, you have to reapply for the next one. And they suggest that you have another hearing, but they don't mandate that you have another hearing. If your work's kind of good, I'd probably say that's a done deal, but you don't have to apply for that next hearing. If it doesn't work, you don't think it's right, then you go back to your.
And I would be more comfortable coming in after we had our committee meeting and presenting that information to you before we send in our letter to the state, because you guys are gonna have to sign off on the
So all
letter
you're
to the
asking
state.
for here is a yes or no, you may proceed.
Right,
I want that sign off my letter, please,
on the letter to the state.
and make that
Right.
request.
Right, okay, but on the, yeah, okay.
It's under the authorization of the Commissioner's Court.
Public hearing would be, no, don't say so. Public hearing has to be set by the board here. The board can have. Once all the Lauren, the administrator sends a letter requesting authorization to do that. Obviously, before document in there.
Right.
Sign. Sign that is going to be great assistance with regards to that letter. And then, once all the verifications have been met, we've had the public hearing, and information has been distributed, and our departments of the county judge sent a letter to the Secretary of State, acknowledging all the things that the departments have been requesting permission to adopt.
But I don't give the public the idea that once we approve her going forward, that it's a done deal.
No,
No, it's not.
it's not.
It's
This
not a done deal. They
this
know
is-
they still ask questions.
This is our letter of intent, for lack of a better term. So we'll do the letter of intent. You guys will approve or change the appointment of the committee members that I'm looking at, and then set the public hearing. All that'll be done today. And then after that, we'll have another, we'll have a committee meeting and a public hearing and go forward from there, if that's your desire.
So you can vote anywhere on election day or
Or early voting.
Yeah. We'll have, you've got two early voting places.
Most of the time, yes, unless there's a special.
There's one here in Graham, one,
they need to have a Walmart in there, wherever they go. Might get one of those.
Yeah.
Let's call it the mall.
They're voting.
I know, and it's
They
because,
come up here all
Right,
the
yeah.
I know they do, and it's because I can't get one place to stick with our hours that we're mandated to be in. And the library was great, but they can't accommodate the hours, where we have to go 7 to 7. The school was gracious enough to host us there since they were having an election and saved them a rental fee. It depends on the election and what's available.
Mr. Rogers, knowing this is just stepping off into the water, not necessarily going swimming, would that be okay with you?
I mean, really, when we don't have a trial,
You
you
always back
have
up.
to consider bringing it back to the courthouse.
I can't do it in my room.
That's the
There's
problem.
not enough room. There's not enough room to set up machines.
Jury room, or anything.
It would depend on what else is going on. And it has to be accessible as well. So.
In that case, I'd like to suggest that I'd like to move forward letter of intent to
These are the folks on that for the committee. The requirements state that it has to have, interested parties and minority members. So,
We're doing this original.
but just tell me this is not
It's
set in stone.
American,
This
still
is,
disagree with me.
Yeah.
Like that first one, man.
well, the first one and the last one, I don't know.
That'd be you, you're the first one.
Basically, all I did was take my elections commission board and all the entities that we contract with, and then added in a couple of, community members, and Eric, just because he's gonna have to make sure everything stays electronically fantastic, so. Connectivity and such.
So when they find a new superintendent here, that is going to replace Ashley?
I think so. This is probably no more than one meeting, maybe two, if there's something.
There's no reason you think that she could continue to
No,
serve.
not at all,
Right.
not at all. She would actually probably, if they brought somebody in from outside, she may know the community better, so, that's why I didn't just put the titles. I felt like the actual people in their name would work better, so. And any of these people, I'm sure, would and could send a designee, so.
16 is a large community.
It is, we have 8 entities that we contract with. So, due to the code and the way that's written, they should all be invited, and then, after that, I just like to cover bases after that.
You get all this, we'll come to agree. People start.
Yeah.
I can get 16 people to agree.
But
with
at
this.
the same time though, of these 16 people who scattered out all through our county, and they'd be they'd be a good spokesperson to get the message out to the community.
And, yeah, that's another reason for them all being invited, so. And Brandon how, and they'll through the party, you know, tell who they know. So.
Never really well represented.
They're on the election board. They're still on the commission, like they were.
Got motion for Commissioner Bowden.
I'll second that.
That was there, the number down.
Yeah.
I was trying to get rid of.
Well, did
the numbers.
And second by Commissioner Smiley, move forward, authorizing the EA to submit a letter of intent to Secretary of State for the countywide election precincts. County election precincts.
Countywide polling place program.
Countywide polling place program. And you want to do this for the,
Wrong way.
for the
March primary?
Yes.
for March 1st, 2016 primary. You sure you don't want to do it for the constitution election? That'd be a pretty low turnout.
They'll be too quick to turn around and get
Very good.
You're in the middle. I'll second it. I'm Jim Dillon.
All in favor? Okay, it's just a little page down.
We need to set the public hearing before we move on,
Well,
so that I know what to tell these committee members. And how far ahead. we need to-
well, if we're going to move it to the, we're not going to act real quick, let's
But
reschedule that. We'll put that as an agenda item, next meeting and schedule a hearing.
okay,
Let us sit there and think about it.
y'all sit there and like,
We kind of, we'll get together and try to do that matter. Get time for the March primary election. I think that will probably have, maybe December first application.
yeah, November, December, and I didn't look this morning and I should have, but, they didn't have the official calendar for this year up when I talked to them.
But it's not hard to set that go around. Hard to set that go around.
That was for the,
That's for,
November 3rd. What's the drop dead date for the March 1st?
I don't know that.
I'm not sure that they've got that posted.
They didn't have it posted a week ago.
It'll be in November, December. That's the application.
Okay.
We don't have, public hearing, 30 to 60 days. Application today. Okay, item number 11. Air conditioning for Bell County.
I sent out about 10 letters to different air conditioning places. A couple of them I got back, just one right address. But we did get two. First one, this one's from Air Smart here in town. We prepared two different proposals for the replacement. I guess they came out and looked at it. First, our estimate to install a new 5-ton unit, paint,
I'd let you like that.
no, $8,600, and that's with that unit. And the second one, yeah, that's just cooling.
Well, the request was put out there for air conditioning only. We'll have a discussion here.
Yeah, okay, that one says it's a 13 SEER, whatever it is.
Efficiency rating.
Okay. The next one is a 5-ton, but it's a 15 SEER, 8,600.
That's an 8 ton.
Both of them 5 foot, one of them 13 seat, that first one, 13 seat.
The more expensive one is more efficient.
It says Row Electric extends their offer to complete and necessary electrical for $600. The price stands no matter which one you choose.
Or the price. 15, series 15.
9336.
Be one of those plus a ton.
Yes, sir.
That's installed, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's the electrical, all of the 600 is just for electrical wiring.
Both prices also include all equipment, labor, and materials. Each option comes with a 10-year factory compression of parts warranty and 1 year labor.
That's an expandable level.
This is Pierce one, the Manson was the extended.
Okay. The next one's from Sullivan over Albany. The others, I mean, the sheriff came by and they were coming out.
We had 4 different companies that provide Pierce one, Manson.
Okay, this is from Sullivan Electric, as per your request, a 5-ton electric, run piping, air conditioner, continental drain, air conditioning unit will set the building, 208 breaker box. Let's get down to nitty gritty now. Okay, the total installation on this one is $5,250. So, I'll talk to you about that one compared with the
What's
other.
here, what's here is that? I think the middle was 13 here. That's what, do that.
14 here.
14. 5 ton.
Yeah.
What? Brazos Valley on that?
Yeah,
And I'll tell you, they all came out, and they all kind of had the same idea. Sullivan's a little bit cozy, and I'm really like,
That's what you have to get.
you can make copies right quick so y'all can.
What is it that you like that they were doing?
well, they're putting, with all the other companies, we're putting the inside unit in the old bathroom upstairs, dumping it down and running it along that big thing through the museum. What Sullivan wants to do is just hang the unit right next to the beam and have it just dumped out into the unit. That way it's not, and then what he was talking about was it's not gonna obscure any view or anything like that. The unit's just gonna be right there. It's only about 24 inches tall, so it'll be right even where that beam's at, so it doesn't really, all you have is just this box.
Was he up for?
No. And they'll run a copper line. Yeah, they'll run a copper line.
How hard will it be for you to search, change filters?
The filter will be on the backside, it'll be about 3 feet from the wall, so I mean, it's just a matter of getting up there. It'll be like the one that's in the archives building, except not as tall, it'll be a little shorter. So, and that one is, there's no, the outside unit will be out the back, obviously, there's a copper line, just a condensation line right out on the top of the wall, for the unit, just right outside. And that's the one that's gonna be the least amount of any kind of construction or construction.
What have you got in there currently for heating?
We've got 2 middle heaters. 2 of them gas heaters.
Dearborn.
Yeah, we're on propane up there. One of them is propane, the other was just electric.
Did they ever say anything about the north heating?
Well, they all asked, are we doing heating for one of them? So we're just questioning why we're doing it.
Oh, we had a little discussion about that, with all the inefficient one, all the heat pumps, like go with this country, this part of the country.
It is, the thing, the problem with heat pumps is that you can't feel that warm air coming out of them. But once you get the room warm, it's just 70 degrees to 70 degrees, and then what's the heat?
Well, and see, one of the things is those two heaters that we've got in there, when I turn those on in the morning, you know, nobody shows up between 9 or 10, whatever, but by that afternoon, it's fine. It's not bad at all.
You can create a heat sink in that building.
The only time you have trouble with the heat pump is when the temperature gets below 40 degrees and you've got high level moisture, freezing rain, sleet, snow, something like that. Other than that condition, which we don't have all that often, the heat pump is much more efficient than gas system, straight system. When you get into that condition, what you put on to it is put out something like heat. Of course, that's just
Yeah, heat
heat,
system.
but it's short lived. Not necessarily needed. So, you know, I don't know why we put a system in there like that, not have heat.
I was thinking the same thing. It's perfect outside. Those heaters that you have are not necessarily the same as heaters.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree. I just thought it was, I
They're
didn't,
taking up space.
I didn't understand that.
What stinks is we should have decided this before we got all of these.
Yeah.
Because he needs to get started, because he's in the middle of the summer right now.
Summer to come, about over with.
Yeah, he's in there cooking eggs.
I don't know what the difference in cost is between the heat pump and the one that's just strictly a fluid heating.
Now, what's gonna change is you go with the heat pump, you're gonna change the electricity, that box and everything, it's gonna be a different animal.
Why is that, Jim?
Because you put the heat strip in there, you turn it on, it's gonna be pretty good voltage.
Is it any more than the electric heater he's got now?
You don't have this one plug in the wall. Probably number 10. Yeah, that one is gonna be there to be two
So is there, will there be a requirement for three phase?
not three phase, it'll be single phase. But, you know, this guy here, it says it has a air conditioning unit will set north side of the building close to the 2.5 breaker box. 2.5 breaker box, that should be sufficient to handle your heat strips and stuff. But you're looking at probably a 60 amp breaker, with the heat strips in it.
I don't know of any, heat pump system that doesn't have a supplemental heat strip. That could, but very reasonable. The judge just spoke of it.
Well, I've had one back there in other ones too. In the house. Well, they all have one time, but that's the only real problem that I've ever experienced. Temperature got below 40 degrees, and we had
That electric heater must be using a lot of electricity.
You don't leave that one on that long, it burns me up. But, you know, the thing is, of course, in the winter time, we don't have near as many people coming in, so you might have 2 or 3 groups of people come in there to be here, just from this last experience, this last
The
January.
problem with space heaters is that they heat the space around, and it gets less warm, of course, the further you get away from it, just kind of get it, dropping it down,
Yeah,
and be able to distribute that heat and air conditioning better.
sure.
Do you think we could take like a 2-minute recess and call this and see what it would cost to put heating in with that air conditioning?
well, I think that happens all week with them. I do. Did they make any comments?
And that's if we want to. And I apologize, I know that's what we're doing.
Well, I think I've got the electric order, what do you bring that up? We're going to have that. Certain things.
We'll just have to talk about it.
so far without it. We could heat.
On our 10-degree day and stuff like that.
Well, on our 10-degree days, nobody shows up anyway, so.
That's pretty cool.
Our stuff is in the museum.
Yeah, stuff is,
I think more consistent temperature.
would always be, and it's always.
You said it's 65 or 60 in the winter time.
It's always, with stuff like that, in the museum, it's always there.
Well, I don't know, I guess yes. I'd like a suggestion. There's a motion. Suggestion that the board accept no bid here on this, it's on the way. And make you negotiate with Bosom about the bid. See what the difference cost is.
I'm not a representative. But
Go what? I know, that's what I'm saying.
Let's take it.
I'm going to vote. I mean, what if he goes back?
But he's got a little bit of what we asked if it's.
If you check the bid, you can go get the negotiate.
It's not bid, it's a proposal, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah, negotiate.
We could authorize Jim to make this decision. Please, no.
He didn't want to buy a ladder. Much less an air
I
conditioner.
like the way he thinks.
Somebody else has got a ladder, I don't know about it.
I'll say, we can call, you can call him in about 5 minutes, he'll answer you, John.
Did you?
He seconds.
I said.
well, it's my father-in-law's company. My husband's a partner.
Have no makeup.
Surprised you didn't get those little bids to it.
Yeah, the little bit.
I thought so, it'd take like that.
Well, they keep Billy Sullivan that we have.
Billy Sullivan's the latest. That's what I saw.
Act like they're scared of it.
You got this.
There's busy probably.
Motion
Yeah.
Rogers, second Pruitt. To accept the proposal of Sullivan Electric and to seek an inquiry regarding the heat pump system. Right, I see. Oh, here we go. We still have this proposal.
I don't have any idea.
All in favor?
Just to accept.
Jim, if they're paying for the ceiling, tell me what drain is moisture in the building.
We're gonna run the compensation line on that, right next to the.
5 over.
Remember that consultation line stops up, that's the hand over to the side.
Well, we've got the same thing in our codes. It's
We
just-
can get Dutch that plan ASAP to discuss that with him a little bit.
Okay.
They have a price factor to it.
You get to deal with it. Anyway,
Hey, and I wanna thank y'all for that, I wanna thank y'all for the fence. That I'm more excited about having that fence up than I don't know
that's on camera.
why. She don't watch it,
Well, she will if we call her.
so. Yeah.
You want to put that in minutes?
No.
We'll get the rest of that fence done
Kick, yeah. Kick it wants to. Okay, we'll revisit, probably revisit that.